Morning YouTube. I just want to do a little update, and morning time tends to be the most active with the reptiles. First of all, I had to readjust the shelf. Peach, our cat, has a kind of taste for these specifically. I've had to replant this 3 times. As you can still see, I'm in the middle of rooting some new ones actually. Oh, and a little update. For those of you who like to go moss farming, I found this really amazing, I don't even know if it's like a jewelry container. It looks like a fish container, but I got it at the container store, you know, like a tackle box. It's supposed to be for crafts, but look. Each one has a different colony of mosses and some ferns. This is from yesterday, and you can still see really great color. It keeps the light in. It's basically a green box. I don't have to worry about these for weeks at a time. Here's some more of my moss samples, as you can see. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Probably not. Let me put you down for a second. No? Okay. Well, here. Let me just do this off screen real quick. This is a moss sample that I took like a month ago now, just to see how it would do. You have to test to see in quarantine if any little seedlings happen, or let me just get into the light so you can see this better. Those ferns have been there since the beginning. This is for mini terrarium projects and such, but that's not the point of the video today. Today, I really want to show you guys our latest addition. We don't know if it's a boy or girl yet. They haven't been sexed. This is our makeshift. If you're wondering why we have to do this, we have a cat, and he can go right through the screen if he wants to, and he has several times. For those of you who are curious about netted screens, why I'm choosing to do one right now, first of all, he's just a baby. And second of all, in the past when I've had iguanas, if you put them in glass containers, they can break their hands. They don't like to scratch on the surface, so when they're little, you want to give them lots of purchase. Look how beautiful he is. Oh. Let's see if we can get a good look at you. Huh? This is our red iguana. We got an amazing deal from Petco last night. We're a big fan of our local Petco. I'm a big believer in private companies, but the managers of the Petco that we go to here in Austin, they've been there for 15 years, 20 years. Like every single one of the managers of that store hasn't left in years, and they're very dedicated. And if you've seen their aquarium setup, compared to some of the private setups that I've seen, it's one of the best I've seen anywhere in a pet store, in a chain pet store no less. They're very dedicated. They had a sale on like leopard geckos and just a bunch of their reptiles last night, and they had 2 turquoise and a red, and I really wanted that red, so I talked to the Petco manager to see if they could maybe work a deal on doing 50% on them as well, and she was so nice. She went and talked to the manager, and we got this guy for $30. Not even 25, I think, because this price tag was like 60. But she gave 50% off because we were really interested. Even though he was the only one in the store, you know, it just pays to talk to your people. You know, they see us come in and out. They know us by name. They talked to the manager, and they knew that we already had a great housing setup because I already had the spare as a backup that I was working on as a project, and it just so happens to be local to this guy's country, which is where my family's from. So iguanas are particularly special to me, and I'm very excited to be adding this red to our collection. I've never had a red before. Look how chill he is. Aw, he's been sweet right from the get-go. I'm hoping he'll stay this way. Obviously, if it's a male, it might not. I've had iguanas in the past. Actually, my first big lizard as a child was an iguana from my mother's country, actually. And he was very special to me. And it was just, I barely even had the money. We really only had the money for crickets last night. As you can see, I've got a new cricket setup I'll talk about later. But this guy, I'm just so excited. We're going to call him Red for now because it's a good genderless name. It can be either or until we figure out what's going on. But if you haven't noticed, my babies I don't talk about them enough, but they're very special. You guys are special little unicorns. Yeah, they're both boys. They both love each other terribly. My dog spends all morning whining until he's let out to play with our cat. We have a very special little household. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an update on the builds and everything. We didn't get a chance to go to Lowe's last night. We're going to wait until payday to get an irrigation drip system. The Urban Gardener, Organic's Best Urban Gardener on here has been really lovely and been talking back and forth with me a lot. I just wanted to do a little update for all you reptile followers out there. I really want to connect with some of you reptile people out there in the future because I really want to give this guy like the best setup he can get as he gets bigger. As you can see, we've got a window set up that I'm planning on doing something with in the long run until we move into a house. So if you've got ideas, please hear me out. I'd love to hear you. I'd love to connect with you. Meet Red. You are beautiful. See, you want to go back? No, he's warm. He's like, no, I want to stay here. Well, I gotta get the camera. So, just for a minute, please. Come on, Red. There's food down there if you want some. Beautiful strawberries. I know. No, we're not going to feed him this much fruit, in case you're worried. This is just a treat because this is literally his first morning here. I really just want to encourage him to eat something. He's even got hibiscuses in there for him. Anyhow, we updated the cricket containers. I'm working on cricket breeding. I've seen quite a few videos on how they do theirs. I'm still working on experimenting to figure out what's best for us. I really love this container. I really don't think I would probably ruin another one of these because they're pretty expensive. But in the future, just so you know, for all you reptile people out there, if you've never seen one of these stack on each other. So for like snakes and leopard geckos and just about anything you want to stack, because I see everybody with their thin minimal stacks. This is a little bit thicker than a normal stack. This is kind of the average stack you would see. I've seen a lot of times. I've been experimenting with not your average containers. Those is not a very cost-effective container. If you know where to get one of these cheaper, by all means. But it just was so cool. I couldn't pass it up. I got some of these at the thrift store the other day. They were $1. You can still see them marked. These are going to make really great mini terrariums, or maybe even some hanging. I might even do some Cocodemo style. I've just got a lot of little knickknacks here that I picked up for nothing but like $1, $1.50 glass containers. If you can ever find these at thrift vintage shops for that kind of price, it's amazing. We were at a vintage shop and anything that was $1 is really worth buying because everything is at least 10. So I don't even know what I'm going to do with these little pieces yet. I've moved the redheads separately. This one seems a lot more gravid than her sister, so she was kind of picking on her sister. So I'm hoping that is a sign that she's ready to give birth, like really soon. So maybe we'll have some guppy babies in a coming update. Our little crested gecko is very active this morning. That's why one of the other reasons I wanted to take a video this early in the morning. I'm sorry for the quality. Let me open her cage real quick so you can have a good look at her. She's super friendly. Let's see if I can't hold her a little bit this morning, because we've been trying to avoid holding her because my cat Peach really likes her and she really likes to jump, and so I get kind of paranoid sometimes that something might happen, as you should do. You should really be careful. All it would take is one good hook from a cat claw and she'd pop like a balloon. So, you know, you gotta be super careful with your reptiles. Oh, she's beautiful this morning. Hey, sweetie. You want to say hello to the people? Oh, my quality is terrible right now. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really not used to this whole YouTube phenomenon, so forgive me if I don't have the best film skills. But that's part of this whole rough draft of a YouTube channel. In the future, I hope to have like a proper reptile name and maybe even start seeing you guys at reptile shows. When I do a hobby, I do it quite seriously. Oops, sorry if you guys can't see me right now. I'm trying to wrangle this little girl back into her cage. You wanna You want to jump up in there? You want to go? Go ahead. She gets nervous about jumping sometimes. There you go. Her little fat butt. Oh, when we got her from Craigslist, she already had her little tail shed, so we're trying to recover. For the first week we got her, she was pooping blue substrate, so the poor girl who had her before was young and didn't really know what she was into, and I'm surprised she lasted the year. It just goes to show you how hardy these geckos are when you feed them their rapashi. It's really amazing, the story behind this stuff. Anyhow, I gotta make tea and get ready for work, so I'll sign off. Bye, YouTube.